issue. And then also we'll be addressing issues on World Press Freedom Day. Barely 10 days ahead, we'll be commemorating the World Press Freedom Day. As we had indicated to you the last time, this year we are coming back with an innovation as far as the commemoration of the World Press Freedom Day is concerned. President will be unveiling that to us, and then we will speak generally on some national issues we think are very important that we need to address. You know, as part of this series of media engagements, we have always come here to address one or two national issues, and we are thinking that there are one or two of them we are going to address this afternoon, but I can assure you it will not involve the removal of the CJ. Wow. So without much ado, I want to invite the president of the GJA to come and address us. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, General Secretary. Thank you very much. I think he almost took my job. He wants to add the MC role to his. Anyway, that's just by the way. Thank you very much, General Secretary, for that insight. We've been joined by one of the team members here, the national executives, the treasurer, Audrey Dekalu, seated at the end. I left out one person who had joined us earlier. That is Jifa Tete from Tema. She's one of the executives, also Chairman Tema Region. Jifa, thank you for joining us. So we have it down. We will not be speaking to the issues related to removal or otherwise of the Chief Justice. We will not be speaking on that. GJA will not be speaking on that today. However, GJA will be speaking on other issues, including the press conference, the World Press Freedom Day, which we'll be holding very soon, the 2nd of May. We'll be getting more information on that. However, there will be some commentary of information provided to us as to whether or not the Office of the Special Prosecutor has the mandate to arrest, interrogate a journalist. This and other issues. And there would be also information provided to us on the 4th African Media Convention, which will be taking place in Morocco. We'll be getting information on that. And so journalists who are interested in how they'll be able to put themselves together, as well as put some money together to transport themselves to be part of another great occasion where African journalists will congregate to discuss issues that matter to them and in the area of press freedom. Without much ado, let me welcome to the podium the president of the Ghana Journalists Association, Mr. Kwabena Dwumfour. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Becky. Madam Rebecca Amasewa Ete, I stood with you when the General Secretary nearly took over your position, but you forgot to mention my first name. You see, it doesn't make my name complete. It's okay. Members of the National Executive of the GJA, the chairperson of Tema branch of the GJA, Madam Jifa, colleague media practitioners, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon to you all. Please, can they check the microphone? Can they check the microphone? Where is James? Hello? Evo, can you call James, please? Let's.
Well, we've just lost our connection to the press center where the Ghana Journalists Association is addressing the issues to do with the NPP's concerns with us here at Media General, largely unfounded concerns. We also will be hearing from them on issues to do with the death of Ahmed Swali. And just as, you know, we've just been told also, we'll hear their comments on attacks on media freedom, attacks on journalists. They cite the arrest of a journalist by the USB. They will elaborate on that a little later. But just gone by is the president of the association, Kwabena Dwumfour, who was just about to address their press gathered there on these issues and a few others. They have also made clear that they will not be talking about the case to do with the suspension of the Chief Justice. I guess they will explain that soon when we return to the press center where this event is taking place. We can go there now.
Also mark a renewal of our collective faith in and commitment to the rule of law, particularly the promotion and protection of media freedom. On that note, on this very goodwill note, I hereby welcome you all to the Gifty Afeni Dazi Conference Hall of the Ghana International Press Center. Thank you for honoring our invitation. Colleagues, this is the fourth in the series of monthly press engagement we started in January this year to discuss pertinent media-related and national issues that need prompt attention and redress. Today, we have invited you here to share with you and the entire nation some pertinent issues agitating our minds on the media front and at the national level. Update on Ahmed Swali. Colleagues, we are still following the Ahmed Swali case with keen interest. Although one suspect has been arrested and is currently facing trial, many issues surrounding the case are still not clear to us. So far, our efforts to get clarity on those issues from the police have not been successful. We once again call on the police to update the public on the case through periodic findings or periodic briefings, let me put it. So we call on the police to update the public on the case through periodic briefings, given the huge public interest in this case, both at the national and international levels. We wish to emphasize that our position to seek external intervention in this case has not changed. We will only shift from our position when we are totally convinced that justice is at hand. And as a result of that, we will shift from our initial position when we are totally convinced that justice is at hand. In that regard, we wish to repeat our resolve to proceed to the ECOWAS Community Court of Justice to seek resolution of this matter. We are also prepared to take similar action in respect of our colleague and brother Lateef Idrisu case. We are aware of the recent court hearing that subjected our brother to some cross-examination and interrogation. We are monitoring the court proceedings, and will come out as a when we want to. As we indicated in our earlier briefings, our international partners, including the Federation of African Journalists, FAJ, and the International Federation of Journalists, IFJ, are also ready to pursue justice for Ahmed Suale at other international forums. Update on other cases of attack against journalists. Colleagues, you may recall that in our last media engagement, we addressed the attack on 3 journalists in the Western region, which occurred on 21st February 2025. They were brutally assaulted by illegal small-scale miners, popularly known as Galamsey operators, operating in the Breman Adomanya forest. And these colleagues are Theophorus Akwesi Eje Enim of City FM Channel 1 TV, Henry Emil Finn of Angel TV, and Jacob Eduba of ABC News/Rock FM. They were covering the extensive destruction of the forest as a result of Galamsey activities when the thugs pounced on and brutalized them. In the process, the attackers caused severe bodily harm to the journalists and also damage to their equipment. The attack on the 3 journalists was very barbaric, and we call for speedy and satisfactory justice in their favor. It is unfortunate and indeed regrettable that in spite of the crucial role of journalists, and it's unfortunate and indeed regrettable that in spite of the crucial role journalists and media practitioners are playing in the fight against Galamsey, our welfare does not seem to be a priority to the authorities. We have been monitoring the interventions the government has put in place to deal with the problem of Galamsey under the auspices of the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources. We regret to note that the media is missing in these interventions, which makes us more gullible and exposed to severe risk. In the near future, we shall be asking the Minister of Lands and Natural Resources questions about our reservations. And also, we shall be also engaging the police, especially the new IGP, to ascertain to find out what they are doing to provide protection for journalists reporting from this hazardous Galamsey site. Arrest and intimidation of journalists. Colleagues, barely a month ago, operatives from the Office of the Special Prosecutor, in short OSP, detained a colleague of ours, journalist Gordon Asaribediako, for alleging that the Special Prosecutor had requested the Akufo-Addo government to buy a private jet for its official use. We are reliably informed that the OSP subsequently charged Asaribediako with publication of false information and communication. It was later granted bail in the sum of 5 million and has since been reporting periodically to the OSP. Colleagues, we have instructed our legal team to make immediate steps. We have instructed our legal team to take immediate steps to initiate a judicial review of the unlawful actions undertaken by the OSP, which constitute harassment of our member and clearly exceed the powers granted to the Special Prosecutor under the Office of the Special Prosecutor Act 2017 Act 959. We firmly hold the view that such an overreach of authority by the OSP is not only unacceptable but also illegal. Accordingly, we will seek a declaration from a court of competent jurisdiction to nullify these actions. Additionally, we have directed our lawyers to file an application for an injunction to restrain the OSP from engaging in any further act of harassment or undue interference with regards to Asare Bediako and any other journalist. We remain committed to upholding the rule of law and ensuring that justice is served within the boundaries of legal authority. The special prosecutor must focus on his core mandate, on his constitutional mandate as special prosecutor, and not deviate from it to become special persecutor. He is a special prosecutor and not a special persecutor. MPP Media General impasse. Colleagues, there has been an impasse between the New Patriotic Party MPP and Media General over the past months. The MPP had alleged bias and unprofessional practices against the party by program host of Media General. Based on such concerns, the MPP in January 2025 officially withdrew from participation in all programs on Media General platforms. In our democratic dispensation, this is development, or this kind of development is not strange. It's not new. But it becomes a major issue of concern when such disagreements lead to violence and threat to life. Our attention has been drawn to an incident that occurred at a press conference organized by the MPP on Wednesday, April 16, 2025. And subsequent development that smack the face of media freedom and even constitute threat to life. The MPP press conference was attended by the General Secretary Justin Frimpong Kodia and the Minority Leader Honorable Alexander Afenyo-Markin. While the General Secretary was inviting the Minority Leader to deliver a speech, the MPP third National Vice Chairman, Alhaji Osman Masaud, was captured on camera pushing the TV3 microphone set on the high table to the floor. That action was greeted with murmurs of disapproval from the General Secretary, Minority Leader, and other party officials, who immediately called for the TV3 microphone to be reinstated on the high table. That gesture by the General Secretary and the Minority Leader to restore order and allow TV3 to cover the event, although Alhaji Masaudu was not remorseful, is very commendable. We commend the MPP General Secretary and the Minority Leader for showing a high sense of tolerance and maturity in the face of chaos. Colleagues, a day after this incident, Alhaji Masaudu, in an interview with Kumasi-based Ash FM, said categorically that he deliberately pushed the TV3 microphone down. He even went further to issue threats against reporters of TV3 who may go near programs of MPP. This is what he said, and I quote him. This is a warning to Media General. This is a warning to TV3. They should stay away from the New Patriotic Party. The next time they joke with our program, to wait, we will beat them. We find the actions and comments of Alhaji Masaudu very reckless, reprehensive, and regrettable. His actions and comments are not only a threat to human life, they are also a threat to the lives of the rule of law and our democracy. We condemned them in no uncertain terms and called on the NPP third national vice chairman to withdraw his reckless comment and apologize for same. We also call on well-meaning Ghanaians, civil society organizations, diplomatic missions, and the international community to demand same from Alhaji Masaudu. If the NPP third national vice chairman fails to withdraw those reckless comments and threats, we shall hold him responsible for any attack on TV3 reporter or reporters at the party's program or anywhere close to the party's office. And we want the whole world to likewise hold him responsible. We are informed that the management of Media General have reported the threat to the police, and we hereby call on the police to act decisively on this case. The police must not sit unconcerned. The police must not wait for the worst to happen before they act. We call on the Inspector General of Police and his team to immediately invite or cause for the arrest of what? Of the NPP third national vice chairman. Colleagues, earlier we commended the NPP General Secretary and the minority leader for showing disapproval to the action of the third national vice chairman in pushing the TV3 microphone down. But that is not loud and categorical enough to absolve the NPP of blame, given the fact that the press conference was held by the party and the reckless conduct and comment constituting violent attack on media freedom and threat to life came from no mean a person than the third national vice chairman of the party. We therefore urge the NPP as a political party to disassociate or distance itself from the actions and comment of its third national vice chairman, Alhaji Masaudu, by asking him to withdraw same and apologize. Colleagues, there is one pertinent issue we wish to clarify following the actions and comment of Alhaji Masaudu that relate to the work of the media generally and invitation to cover events. And I want all to pay particular attention to this. In his reckless comments, which the NPP has not yet dissociated itself from, Alhaji Masaudu warned Media General and TV3 to stay away from the NPP and its programs. Otherwise, Bona Ibebo, to which will beat them. We wish to make it clear that the public interest is the interest of the media, and that the media does not need any invitation to attend to the core of public interest. So whenever and wherever the public interest calls, the media have a constitutional invitation and obligation to respond to the call. Thus, unless the matter or issue is private in nature, unless the matter or the issue is private in nature, the media, in serving the public interest and right to know, have a duty to perform its constitutional task. So Alhaji Masaudu should not prevent the media from or threaten to attack the media for discharging their duty, and the NPP must not condone or acquiesce to its threats. We wish to urge the leadership of the NPP and Media General to find an amicable solution to their impasse, given that the NPP needs Media General much the same way as Media General needs the NPP. In every relationship, misunderstandings may arise, but whenever they go we must summon, but whenever they do, whenever the misunderstanding arises, we must summon tolerance, magnanimity, and courage to resolve them amicably. The GJ has engaged the leadership of both the MPP and Media General on their conflict. We are happy to learn that long before the attack and threat by Alhaji Masaudu, talks were far advanced towards reconciliation. The GJ is ready to support any cause for the resolution of feud and restoration of friendship between the two parties. Colleagues, although we must jealously protect our rights and media freedom at all times, there is also importance. It is very important for us to always appreciate and uphold media responsibility. That is why we urge the management of Media General to ensure that their charges conform to management commitment to peace. Otherwise, their peace talks may not yield the desired results. So management of Media General must ensure that while those at the administration helm are busy lighting the fire of peace and unity, those at the production realm are not busy stoking the fire of conflict and division. It is important for the media to hold duty bearers to account, but it is also imperative for the media to promote peace, not conflict, unity, not division, and tolerance, not tension. National Media Commission. Colleagues, whenever we talk about media rights, freedoms, and responsibility, the regulator always comes to mind. How do we all expect the National Media Commission, which is NMC, as the regulator to sanitize the media space? Unfortunately, as we speak, there's no NMC in place for the past 5 months. The tenure of the last commission expired in December 2024. But since then, a new commission has not been inaugurated into office. Our checks indicate that some constituents are yet or were late to submit their nominations to the NMC Secretariat, hence the delay. This is a clear sign of how we relegate matters of the media to the back burner in national affairs. In the circumstance, we call on constituents that have not submitted their nominations to the NMC Secretariat to do so without delay in order to pave the way for the inauguration of the new commission so they can start work immediately. In the interim, we urge the NMC Secretariat to go ahead with the inauguration of nominations received so far to enable them start work while waiting for the others to join later. Whatever the case may be, the absence of the NMC in the circumstances is a dangerous and undesirable situation for the media and the nation at large. Update on WordPress Freedom Day 2025. Colleagues, as we informed you in our last media engagement, we intend to commemorate WordPress Freedom Day in a unique fashion this year. Remember, last year we brought innovation to the occasion by organizing the annual ceremony in Koforidua, the Eastern Regional Capital. It was the first time in recent memory that a national commemoration of WordPress Freedom Day was held in the regions. This year we will give the occasion another touch of innovation by honoring distinguished individuals and institutions that have championed and supported the cause of media freedom and the GJ. We are preparing NS3 for the ceremony scheduled for 2nd May 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to inform you that the President of the Republic, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, will be the special guest of honor this occasion. And so we expect all our key stakeholders, friends, the media colleagues, and everyone to attach seriousness to this event and grace it on the D-Day. Colleagues, preparations, update on 4th African Media Convention. Update on the 4th African Media Convention. Colleagues, preparations are also underway earnestly for the organization of the 4th African Media Convention, slated for Marrakesh, Morocco, from 27th to 30th May 2025. Following the highly successful organization of the 3rd African Media Convention held in Accra last year, Ghana represented, Following the highly successful organization of the 3rd African Media Convention held in Accra last year, Ghana, represented by the GJE, is playing a key role in the organization of the Marrakesh Convention. We will keep you updated on further details of the convention in subsequent engagement. But before then, we'll share the link with you. Registration will end in few days, or I think in a week time. So all those who are interested and who wants to be in Morocco, Marrakesh to be specific, for the 4th African Media Convention should do well to register when the link is shared. I think the MC will share the link with all of you. Issues of national concern. Colleagues, in line with our commitment to use our periodic news conference to address some national issues we deem critical today, we wish to address two major issues: Galamsey and the renewed Boko conflict. Let's first talk about Galamsey. There is no institution, I dare say, that has stayed the fight against Galamsey more than the media. The GJ has instituted an award category on the subject matter for many years now to encourage our rank and file to keep the cameras, microphones, and pens on the massive destruction of our land, water bodies, and lives by Galamsey. We shall never stop this fight until Galamsey is knocked out. We wish to commend all our comrades in the fields working hard for Mother Ghana, even at the peril of their lives. Colleagues, we have observed some positive steps by the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources towards dealing with the Galamsey problem. We wish at this point to commend the Minister, Honorable Emmanuel Ama Kofi-Buah, for a show of commitment to the fight against Galamsey. We, however, think there are more to do to ensure greater success, such as the repeal of the law that allows for mining in forest reserves and the declaration of state of emergency in targeted areas to ensure a frontal attack on Galamsey. We also demand from the Minister and the government the protection of journalists and facilitation of their work in mining fields to enable them discharge their duties without hindrance, fear, and threat to their lives. We urge the Minister to immediately collaborate with the GJ and the media to fashion out ways in which the media can play a greater and more impactful roles in the fight against Galamsey. Comrades, on the renewed Boko conflict, the GJ is disheartened at the turn of events. We want to add our voice to the many calls for peace to prevail in the area. We call on all sides to the conflict, and indeed all Ghanaians, to promote peace in Boko. We must also support the effort of the Asante Otumfuo Osei-Tutu II towards resolving the conflict. Finally, we wish to advise media practitioners to be extremely circumspect in their reportage and comment in order not to undermine the peace process. Media houses must not give their platforms to people who may want to foment trouble in the area. We should all help to promote peace in Bawku, because whatever affects Bawku affects Ghana. And you and I are part of Ghana. Ghana is our motherland. We must keep alive the whole national slogan. Once again, we must keep alive the old national slogan. And I quote, "One nation, one people, one destiny." Long live press freedom in Ghana. Long live GJA. Long live Ghana. Thank you for your kind attention.
Thank you very much. Another round of applause for the president for that delivery. Thank you very much, Mr. Abel Jumfo, for that delivery. One nation, one people, one destiny. Very clear, and we need to contribute to ensuring that there is peace in Bawku. Of course, we heard about Galamsey. More needs to be done. However, GJA is commending efforts that have been put in so far to nip the menace in the bud. We heard about World Press Freedom Day, which is coming up on the 2nd of May, which is Friday, and the location of venue will be disclosed in due time. In the meantime, tentatively, it will be the press center here where we are having this ceremony today. The 4th Africa Media Convention in Marrakesh, Morocco, between 27th to 30th of May. So those who are interested, you need to register because the portal will be closing in days. africamediaconvention.com. When you go to the site, africamediaconvention.com, you go to the site, check out the portal. Registration closes April 30th, midnight. So if you are interested in being part of the conversation about media freedoms, freedom of expression in Marrakesh, Morocco, you need to register now. Now, there's a call on National Media Commission to ensure that there is some sort of formality put to the new team that have been put together in order to ensure that media regulation is activated, because it looks like it's not as activated as it should be since the new National Media Commission has not been constituted or inaugurated. So there's a call from GJA to ensure that this is done and done swiftly. Call on the police to provide regular updates to us, to GJA, and of course to Ghanaians when it comes to the issue of Ahmed Swali and where the police is or are so far as prosecution and other matters are concerned. The issue of Latif Idris is also one that is still in the pipeline, and the media, GJA, is asking that regular updates be provided from the Ghana Police Service on this matter. The issue of the OSP, whether or not the OSP has the mandate to arrest journalists, came up, and of course the NPP Media General Impasse. GJA is ready to be part of the conversation to ensure that the issues therein that are happening at Media General are brought into some, come to are resolved. That's are resolved in the interest of freedom of expression. In as much as citizens need the media, the media also needs the information, so the media will need to go out there and get the information. It's a win-win for both parties when there's freedom of expression. And so what we are saying together here is that it's one destiny, one nation, one people. Tolerance, freedom of expression. That is how we grow a democracy. That's the message that we have out today from the Ghana Journalists Association out. Now, we'll be taking questions for clarification and any other issues that anyone wants to raise. Oh, okay. Any questions? Any questions? Any comments? Any clarifications? Any issues that you need some clarity on? You come up, mention your name, and then what questions that you have. We have in our midst a member of the National Media Commission, Mr. Kobi Asma, to our left. He's here. So if there are any questions, concerns you have also with the National Media Commission, I'm sure he will be able to provide a question, an answer or two. That is, if he will be able to provide that, I'm sure he will be able to answer that. Since he's here, you can come up. Yeah, come up. Your name, your media house, and your question.
My name is Charles Osukumi. I work with City FM and Channel One TV. I know that you said GJ will not comment on the issue relating the suspension of the Chief Justice. But my question is why? The GJ is one of the biggest professional bodies in the country. Some people say that for the past 30 years of this republic, we've not seen anything like this. So why is the GJ refraining from commenting on an issue as important as this one? Why?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Your name, your media house.
My name is Timothy Ngemba. I work with the Daily Graphic. I don't know if I got the president quite right when he was making his presentation. I thought I heard him say that the GJ is missing out when it comes to interventions against Galamsey. I don't know if I heard him right and what he means by that. Right, thank you.
Your question again.
I was saying that in your present, when you were delivering your this, I don't know if I heard you right. You said the GJ is missing out when it comes to interventions against illegal mining. I don't know if that is what you said and what you mean by that.
No, he didn't say that the GJ is missing out. What he's saying that is that the media, I'll let him clarify that, yes, that they want more media collaboration with the agencies that are fighting.
So the media is missing out. So if you could
explain
what he means by that.
So he will explain that in a moment. Any more questions? Any more questions, clarifications? We have 2 questions for now. Okay, so
Okay, thank you so much. When it comes to my colleagues and the Inky fraternity, thought we were going to ask questions relating to our welfare, safety, security, assault and all. We are not interested in our own issues. But again, that's fine. Yes, we, in our opening remarks or in the brief by General Secretary, is stressed on the fact that we are not going to address the issues related to the Chief Justice suspension or brouhaha. And the Public Affairs Officer also made mention of that. And this is our reason. One, it is about the timing. GJ don't run to the press when issues comes up. We need to be fully abreast with the matter. As we speak now, we have not fully appraised ourselves with the nuances of the case. As I speak to personally, even as the president, I'm yet, even though I've seen the petitions all over social media, we are yet to even read and go through the petition, and to comment on such legal matters, we need legal advice. We will need to engage our lawyers, we will need to consult and all that, so because the position of the association is not my position, it's not the position of the executive, but we, or personally, I am the principal spokesperson of the association, which involves all of you, members of the media. So we need to do an extensive engagement and seek legal advice on the matter before we come out. As we speak now, we haven't done any, because the issue is still fresh. Yes, it's still early days yet. And so when we do that and there's a need for us to take a position on the matter, we will not hesitate to do that. Thank you.
The Galamsey issue, the media's...
On the Galamsey, yes, we are saying that what I said in the statement is that the interventions rolled out by the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources didn't involve or indicate anything that shows that this is how they are going to work with the media. It did not even give any hint on how to provide security for the media in the discharge of our duty, especially those reporting from the Galamsey side. So there's nothing in the interventions that involve the media. So we felt, or the GJ felt, that the media has been left out, and that we are always being pushed or relegated to the back burner. Something we think that we should do, because without the media, all the successes, the positive development wouldn't have been achieved, because it is for the media, our own colleagues who have risked their life to shed light. You understand? To shed light in areas which is hidden from government. There's so many distractions going on, but for the media to bring it before the public, the government or the ministry wouldn't even know to follow up. So the media is a key stakeholder in the fight against Galamsey, and whatever policies or whatever interventions must involve the media. The GJ believes that the security and safety of the media and the welfare of the media must be paramount to the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources. Thank you.
Yeah, come up. Your name, your media house.
So my name is Lord Idosari, and I'm with Media General. So two things. Okay. I believe I've heard you talk about going to the international court with regards to the Ahmed Wale, and then the updates you've added is the Lateef Idrisu. Are there any timelines you are looking at? Because as it stands, as far as the Ahmed Wale case is concerned, the next agenda date is in May, same as the Lateef Idrisu. And then the issue with the NPP and the Media General. I'd like to know if there are any timelines as well, if no apology is rendered and this continues to go on. What are you going to do about it?
Another question?
Yes.
Any more?
Yes.
Name, media house.
Okay, so my name is Akwesi Bugatti. I'm a blogger. So with regards to the Media General and then the NPP, they just held a national thank you tour at their headquarters. And then during the closing remarks, the third vice chairman made mention, he said that I hope there is no TV3 here. So which means he still stands on his feet. So I want to know how swift GJ is going to, and not to wait for Media General or the NPP to maybe at their own time, how swift before something happens to a journalist out there who might be innocent of this whole issue. Thank you.
Any more? I think there was a call out to the police, and that would be an action that will be taken if needed by the police since a report has been filed.
Thank you so much. Let me start from the last question from Bugatti, the blogger. Yes, we were very clear in our statement, and our position was made clear that one, he cannot stop the media from discharging our constitutional mandate, what we term as the public interest. So any public interest engagement, the media or nobody, none of you need an invitation to cover a press conference or a program, anything which is a public interest engagement, unless the thing is private. That is number one. And we have called on the police to invite him for interrogation or questioning, or cause his arrest immediately, because we won't sit down, because this is a verbal attack. And threat, we all know threat is one of the second-degree felony in the criminal offences act. You see, so issue of threat is not something we want to take kindly, and so we have called on the police to either invite him for interrogation or cause his arrest, whichever the police deem fit. But we want to see the police acting on this matter. Otherwise, we will advise ourselves, and you will hear from us in our next update. Again, I had a discussion with the General Secretary and the Director of Communication on the matter yesterday. Spoke at length with the General Secretary, and I spoke at length with the Director of Communication, and I believe that it is high time the GJ comes in to see a peaceful resolution of the matter. Like I said, I said during my briefing or address, they both need each other. We are in a democratic dispensation. The MPP has contributed in deepening democracy in this country, whereas the media has also played a crucial role in ensuring good governance and also in making sure that nobody gag the kind of democracy we are enjoying as a nation. And so the MPP needs the platform. TV3 also needs MPP to also balance their conversations. So it's both ways. And so what our keen objective, or what we as GJA want to see, is that the issues are resolved and there's peace between these two parties, so that they can continue to work together or collaborate as key partners in this democratic dispensation. Again, on the issue of the court, the ECOWAS court, whether there are timelines or there is a timeline in regards to that, I believe our brother who asked the question, this is an issue we have been addressing since January. In January, we gave some timelines. We even indicated that by 31st March, if we don't hear any update, if the police does not come to us with any meaningful report or detailed report or update on the matter, 31st March, which is past. Yeah, wait, yeah. So the part we will proceed to the ECOWAS Community Court. Now, as you are aware, somewhere I think 14th or 15th March, the police officially informed the GJA about the arrest of a suspect in relation to the murder of our colleague Ameswali, and gave us some briefing. And so we came out with a statement and said that with this briefing, even though we are still not retreating, we are still not changing from our initial position. We still want to give the police time, since a suspect has been arrested and a briefing has been given, to see how the case goes. So we are monitoring, and that we can decide to go. In fact, I can tell you that our case, we are already prepared. We've already prepared our case. Our lawyers have already prepared our statement of claim and affidavit in support and everything. We are just waiting to see how the prosecution, yes, go. Once we are not satisfied, once we feel that something is wrong somewhere, we will initiate this move. So we can be rest assured that we have not ruled out the option of going to the ECOWAS Community Court. Thank you.
Any more questions? Yeah. Your name, your media house.
And Stephen Mensah, Joy News. So I wanted to know, is there an update to the Minister of Communications directive on cutting back on licenses of media houses to 100, and also on the revocation of some media licenses? We wanted to know if there's an update to it.
That's the communications. Any more? That's the minister. Any more questions? So that will be our last question. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We always want to have this engagement. You know, whenever we hold a press conference and there is such engagement for members, it really helps a lot and go a long way to clarify most of the issues that have been raised in our statement. On the issue of licensing and the statement made by the Minister of Communication and the revocation or suspension of some licenses and all that, this is an issue the Media Coalition is handling. You know, when it comes to the electronic communication, even though it is still in the bosom of the GJA, because we have our members working in these stations, and so once it affects the stations, our members or practitioners will be affected. But usually, because we are one, we have a sister or a parent, mother umbrella body, as we all know, GIBA, they represent the owners, that is the owners of the private electronic media. That's Ghana Independent Broadcaster Association. So owners of the private electronic media, the private TV and radio stations. So usually we leave those aspects. I know they've engaged the minister. I know in fact recently they briefed me the outcome of their engagement or their meeting with the minister. I know they are engaging the NCA. There's a lot going on. And I can assure you that the Media Coalition, which is made up of the GJA, GIBA, PRIMPAC, the New Media Association of Ghana, and to the large extent, Media Foundation for West Africa, will come out with a position on this issue in due course. Thank you.
So that should be okay. So we'd like to thank you all for joining us for today's press conference, all the media houses that are represented here.
Oh, there you have it. The Ghana Journalists Association touching on some media welfare issues in the country, and summarize just a few of them before we wrap up our live coverage of that event. Crucially is the NPP's unfounded concerns with Media General, us here at TV3 in particular. We have officially responded to those unfounded allegations and concerns. We have also gone ahead to report some threats that have been made against us to the Ghana Police Service, but the DJA has gone ahead to call on the third vice chairman of the NPP to withdraw and apologize to Media General for his actions at the last press conference of the party. They've also asked for the involvement of the police and also challenged the NPP to distance itself from the actions and comments of the third vice chairman, and ask him also to withdraw the comments, the threats against journalists of Media General, and then apologize for the same. They've also talked about the OSP's detention of a journalist who reported that the OSP had allegedly asked for a private jet from the previous administration. They are taking that matter to court as well to determine whether or not the OSP could do that. That's one, but also prevent the OSP from any further harassment of the said journalist or any other journalist. That is how the GJA puts that matter. We also know that they say they will be going to international courts to seek redress in the case of the murder of Ahmed Swale and attack on Joy News journalist Lateef Idrisu, and a host of other matters they have raised, including calling for peace in the Boko situation and further media involvement in the fight against Galamsey. More of these in subsequent broadcasts here on TV, so you want to stay on for those. I'm Kemeni Amano. That'll be all for now.